Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy to slay, everyone, and welcome to the Rise and Slay Morning Show. My name is Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. And yes, I help you transform and own your personal brand. At Slay to Success, I advise and empower women, especially women veteran professionals, okay, to step confidently into their next chapter and brand boldly using the I Slay framework. That's right. We are changing some of the language here, and I just want to introduce this to you all through my program, the Brand Boldly program. You'll not only discover and build a memorable and lasting personal brand, but you're going to also transform your look with personalized styling that reflects your unique power and your presence. And we focus on appearance, behaviors, communications, skills, and our digital presence. Okay. So if you are here, please let me know that you are here. Just put it into the comments so that way I can give you a shout out because we are going to spend just a little bit of time up in here and talking about how we can slay our brands. Okay. And I just want to make sure that I know who I'm talking to. Okay, and I know that you're here. You're part of Slay Nation. Slay means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, to dream big and work hard until you own it. Yes, I also created it into a universal life and leadership philosophy, if you will, and each letter of the word slay stands for something that really resonates with me the most, and hopefully it resonates with you as well. And that's stay ready to be ready, lead out loud, a sense of community, and knowing you are built to last. And I'll tell you what, y'all, the journey to get to where I am right now has been absolutely overwhelmingly exciting, uncertain at sometimes, not knowing what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But every time that I step into a new space and I'm allowed an opportunity to speak about what I do and how I do it, I just have to pinch myself, y'all, because it is a surreal moment. So I'm coming off a high. I was invited to be a keynote speaker at the National Women Veterans Women's Empowerment Summit that was hosted by no other than Ginger Miller. If you're not following her on LinkedIn, please do that. She is the CEO and founder of the Women's Veterans Interactive Foundation, WVIF. And I was on her stage and I was able to share about personal branding and owning the room. And I was absolutely excited. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. It was a whole thing. We got to see the Tyler Perry studios. We walked around. It's absolutely amazing. It was a once in a life opportunity. And so I am here this morning and we're going to be talking about how to wear your own pink, because this is one of the topics that I shared on the stage. And I just shared just a little bit with the audience. And I'm just going to expand just a little bit, if I can, about how you can wear your own pink and boldly branding yourself to walk in your purpose, not anyone else's. Every one of us has been given an assignment, and some of us are taking it on and we are believing, we are trusting our gut. We are thinking, hey, these are the things that we are most interested in, and we're going to go for it. And some of us are sitting on the sidelines and watching everybody else. And so I am here to help ignite that feeling of, I want to be from this point right here, and I'm trying to take it over here. And so that is what we're going to be speaking about. And this is going to be a metaphoric, all right, discussion about wearing your own pink. Good morning, Leslie. Madam, how you doing this morning? Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation and, of course, part of my journey, because this is a journey that I have been on for the past couple of years, and I am absolutely in my zone. I got up this morning, y'all. I did a 45-minute run. Yes, there were some breaks that I took in between because at my age, sometimes that's what we need, but I was able to finish it and I love it. Okay. I absolutely love it. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. This is what we're talking about. How to wear your own pink, a branded workshop. And yes, ma'am, that's where we're going. I'm creating different workshops, and this is one of the ones that I am going to present here over the next couple of months. So when you see this, please make sure that you sign up and register because I know people are going to be like, can I get in? Yes, you can get in where you fit in. All right. Because I believe that I am here to make sure that I have a nation of women who are willing and ready to step into their next, okay, and being more powerful and being more purposeful and intentional, all right, about what we doing and how we moving. So good morning, Tish. How you doing? I absolutely love that you are here. Hopefully you're doing well. I missed y'all last week because I was not here. I had another engagement and I was like, listen, I can't do two things at one time, right? So I had to say, okay, let me go to the event and let me get back over here. All right. The Tishpreneur wears the colors of money. What? Listen, y'all. The money train. Okay. You talking about green, gold, and silver. Absolutely love those colors and that combination. So, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. All right. I have my notes down here. And so I just want to make sure that I keep on track and share with you as much as I can about wearing your own pink. Now, this is going to be another power packed morning. And we already know what time it is. Okay. It's time to make sure that you are on the right path. I am the person with the pink flag waving it, if you will, that we are going to go down this right path and we're going to be doing things on point. Okay. On point. One of the brands you have going on. Absolutely. And Leslie says, absolutely, I'm honored to be part of your origin story and enjoying seeing the ripple effect that you create worldwide. And I can't believe it. It is actually happening. And this is just the beginning. I'm just getting started, y'all. Just getting started. All right. But it has been confirmation over the past few weeks that I am on the right path. And I'm absolutely enjoying every moment and taking it all in and being present. So it's time to wake up right now. It's time to show up. And we're going to be slaying the day with intention. So again, I am your host, if you will, Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway. So before we get into it, I want to ask you something really, really quick so that way we can shape the conversation for this morning. Are you wearing your own pink or are you wearing someone else's version of success? Are you wearing your own pink or are you wearing someone else's version of success? So I know, okay, again, that over time, y'all, I am speaking more and more about my journey through my Air Force career. And a lot of you know that I served for 30 years in the United States Air Force, huh? And so I'm a proud woman veteran. And a lot of the lessons that I have learned I have now translated it into what it actually looks like. And so my measure of success was at a certain point when I was in the military. And I was trying to apply the same types of principles, the same types of structure to my life right now. And I'm like, these things, they don't match. There's a disconnect here. Okay. I am no longer per se the chief master sergeant, all right, of United States Air Force. I am now Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, and my military story is part of the story. It is not the all to what I do. And so I had to learn that I had to boldly brand myself in this next chapter. I was slowly doing it just a little bit when I was in the military. And that's how the Slay started to come about in the last 5 to 7 years. But over this course of time, I had really been able to bold myself and branding myself as I'm walking into my purpose. I am in my purpose right now. I absolutely know it because Everything that I do is in alignment. Good morning, Queen. How you doing, Ernestine? Thank you so much, Queen, for being here this morning with me on the Rise and Slay Morning Show. And Tish, you have CA. I'm not quite sure what that means, Queen. You'll have to like spell that out for me. So again, I am here to let us see about how we can find ourselves in a place of power. In a place of power. All right. We have sometimes find ourselves adjusting, maybe even shrinking, camouflaging to fit into the spaces that weren't even designed for us. Okay, these systems, these organizations, these companies, if you will, some of them have not been designed for us to succeed. And I realized that when I was in the military. And what did I have to do? I had to navigate. Okay. I had to navigate into that system and really understand what I was doing, who was around me, trying to take things in, creating strategies, because I believe in strategies, y'all. All right. They do work if you put them to use the right way. And so I realized that, we sometimes dim our lights. We feel, like we have to fit in, and we get so comfortable, okay, with the status quo that we are now living in a life where everyone else you see is out there doing their thing. So, what is your measure of success? Good morning. Okay. Okay. First of all, Tish said we are international because Canada is in the building. And yes, we are. So, thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to really what do you call it, broadcast over the international waters, if you will. And good morning to you. This is my queen. She was in my wedding, y'all. It's one of my major maids of honor. So we have Tamara Brown up in the building. She owns At the Root. So good morning, my queen. And she is a woman veteran. So thank you so much for being here. And I hope you are doing well. Okay, y'all. So let's just really talk about how we can follow the right path outside of our comfort levels. And how does wearing your own pink kind of tie into that? Well, I know that sometimes we look at someone else and we start to copy them. All right, there's a lot of mimicking, like people want to just, oh, I want to be like her. All right, or I want to be like him, or whatever the case may be. And so you take on their personas, you take on their behaviors, you take on a lot of things that they are doing. And for whatever reason, you're not successful in that. Well, why? Because you're not wearing your own pink. Now, I have chosen the color pink as my branding color. Like I'm all the way branded. All right. I just didn't like leave it at my website, my business cards, my, you know, whatever I got that's branding here, the logos and so forth. I decided that I also want to take on the color pink because that is part of my personality. Many times people say, I love your smile. Okay. I love your energy. I love your femininity. I absolutely love the confidence level that you have in your color pink. And I said, you know why? Because when I discovered myself, and that is what it's truly about, when I discovered who I am at my core, I decided that I wanted to develop a persona, if you will, to allow more people into my world and connect with me who are very much like minded. So, this is not about wearing my pink or wearing this color, if you will. It's about finding what truly resonates with you the most to provide the success that you are looking for. Okay. And that's when you know when you're walking into your purpose. So, your greatness isn't meant to be tamed. Your greatness isn't meant to be tamed. All right. Sometimes we think, okay, we're going to pull back. We're going to like, all right, let everyone else kind of like do their thing. But we know we have so much to give, even in our next chapters. All right. Again, I shared at the summit. We have more days behind us than we do in front of us. So, what are you doing with these days that we got in front of us? Okay. Good morning, Queen. How How you doing? Thank you so much, Queen. Listen, I had an opportunity to see Rob Marie in person at the summit. Once again, we saw each other in the fall, and I saw her and I was like, and actually we took the same plane, y'all. We flew in together from Baltimore to Atlanta, and we had a mini conversation before, and then we hooked up again. So I absolutely love that you are here with me this morning and you're allowed opportunity to be with us live. So thank you so much, Queen, and I get to see you once again soon, I hope. And Maritza, hey, Queen. All right, y'all. All the queens are in the building. I also met Maritza at the Grace event that I helped facilitate workshops last week. And if you are not following her, okay, if you're not following any of these people, because all the women that come into this space are powerful women and they are providing impact and influence in such a way, please make sure you connect with them, okay? Because that's what I love to do, is to make sure that we are connected to like-minded people. So thank you so much, Queen, for being here live with us this morning, because we are really talking about wearing your own pink, okay? And so that last statement that I made was, your greatness isn't meant to be tamed. So we're going to be flipping the script. Okay, I like to flip the script a lot, and we're going to talk about how to brand yourself boldly to walk in your purpose on your own terms. Okay, not anybody else's. You know, we're not asking anybody permission. We're not like having people validate us. We're not going to give it, you know, hey, can you tell me if whether or not? No, we're not doing anything. We're going to go with our gut and how we feel and how we want to project and how we want to be perceived, all right, in this world that we have. And there's a lot of uncertainty in here, or in our world, but it's time to wear your own pink and stand in your own light and own your power like never before. It's time. It's go time. Okay. So I'm here to help you prep yourself, get your mind right, and where we're going. So many of us struggle to show up authentically. Many of us are struggling. All right. And we're not quite sure because society, culture, and sometimes even our own fears tell us, tone it down. You too much. Okay. How many times have you heard that in your life? I've heard it 1,001 times. Okay. Play it safe and don't stand out too much. All right. In the military, that is the structure of what it is. And I understand the reason why they want you to be as one, right? One unit, because the purpose of military is to go into wars and fight in wars. And so, you know, everybody has to be on the same page. They give you the same uniform. And of course, our appearances are different, but everything kind of remains the same. So we don't stand out too much. So we also are told, wait your turn and don't take up too much space. Okay. Again, this is when we know that we're struggling with authenticity. And if you have an opportunity to do it differently in their next chapter, this is the direction that we're going to go into. All right. Your pink isn't supposed to be pastel when you were meant to be fuchsia. Okay. And now this is all metaphorically, this is analogy. All right. Your pink, whatever that pink is, your pink could be blue. Your pink could be green. Your pink could be blue. Your pink can be red. Whatever your pink is, it isn't supposed to be pastel. Pastel is like light, bland. They don't have no kind of pop. You know, I always had heard so many people like, you got that pop, you got that X factor. Well, because it is about me and how I want to, you know, walk into this world. And so, what is your pop? What is your X factor? Oh my goodness, you've heard it so many times. I know. They didn't tell you to sit down, be quiet, you weigh too much, you know, your personality is way too big and we can't handle that. Well, you know why? It is messing up with their spirit. That has nothing to do with you at all. You should dismiss it. You should just be like, you know what? They got their own challenges to deal with. I am worried about me and how I want to step out. Okay. And yes, that's right. I'm a little bit hyped this morning, y'all, and I'm doing a little preaching because I understand this is difficult for some people, for a lot of us as women. And I'm here to help you to unleash that. All right. And to not make it a barrier for where you are trying to go. Because if you are not standing in your authenticity, this is what's going to happen. All right. You're playing small. And I had to hear this in my mind a lot. I am playing small. When I first retired from the military, I knew deep down inside there was more for me, y'all. I really did. I really knew, like, right before I retired, but I was just like containing it because I didn't want everybody to see it. All right, what would they say? How would they take me in? What is my family going to say? Now, listen, I was in the medical community when I was in the military for so many years. And even the last 10 years, I was going back into the medical community, different roles and so forth. I even deployed as a medical superintendent as I was the chief between two locations, flying in between those two. But when I retired, I was like, I don't want to do anything medical. I don't have the bedside manner anymore, y'all. I had to be true to who I was. And I got my degree, my master's degree in strategic leadership, because personal branding is a part of that. All right, how are you leading your folks in a way where it's true and authentic, you're genuine and sincere, you're taking all the emotional intelligence, you're really thinking about how, each one takes in information. It's a whole thing. It's very complex. But do you know, a lot of people were asking me, why didn't you get your master's degree in health sciences? You got your associates and your bachelor's in health sciences. I said, because that's not where I'm at. My needs have changed. I'm evolving. Okay. And it's okay that I am. It's okay that you are. And that's when we know, when we step into the things that we absolutely love. I also got my image consultant certification. People were looking at me like I got 10 heads. Why? Well, I love everything about dressing up. I love fashion. I love how to put things together. I love how the clothes make you feel more powerful if you are in the right outfits. For the right occasions, for the right environments. I love all the intricate details about that. So why not? So investing in yourself and the things that absolutely get you to walk into your purpose is what I am speaking about this morning. So if you're playing small, you're robbing the world of your gifts. If you're shrinking yourself, then you're denying yourself the success and the influence you deserve. And if you're waiting for permission, like a lot of us do, we're already giving away our power. So let's just flip the script right now, and like starting today, that's not what we're doing anymore. Okay. And it is okay to pivot. Absolutely. It's okay to pivot. And while you're pivoting, to prosper. Okay. And that is my masterclass that I'm offering on April 23rd. It is Pivot and Prosper: how to build a memorable personal brand that opens up new doors. All right. In a world of uncertainty. Okay. So it is okay. And I am on this path, right? We are on this path to make sure that we are doing the things that we know that we should be doing, but we somehow decided that we're not going to do it. It's not our turn. And you know what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of regret. You're going to look back on your life and go, you know what? I could have, should have, would have. So why not start now, right? Oh, you always been that way. Even the military. Remember your awesome fashion sense. I wasn't really cluing into it, Tamara, until the last few years of my career. And I'm like, man, I absolutely love fashion. I love putting things together. But I needed to find a new way to express myself, and doing it so much, because when you start a business, sometimes everybody's doing the same thing. What is your unique value proposition? How are you going to show up differently? And I decided, hey, it's going to be fashion, but guess what? I'm wearing pink every day. You're going to see pink until you get pinked out. Okay, everything that I do, you are going to see me in pink. All right. So So all these things that I just shared with you, like playing small, shrinking yourself, and not and waiting for permission, this doesn't just happen in business or in leadership. It actually happens in our style, in our presence, and in our confidence. Okay, I'm going to say it again. When we decide to play small and to shrink ourselves and to wait for permission, what happens is all these things that we say no to starts to dwindle and permeate into our style, into our presence, and in our confidence level. And guess what? That's why branding isn't just about your logo or your tagline. It's about how you own your presence, all right? Your voice and your power. And when you can do those things, all the dreams, the goals, and the aspirations you have for yourself, they start to come to fruition. I said I want to be a professional keynote speaker. Guess what? I'm on stages. I'm getting Look, I am flying into places and I'm on stages outside of the military. And that's what I dream for myself. I actually wrote 4 books. I mean, I've got 3 that I wrote on my own, but I also have one that I'm part of an anthology. That is 4. I am a self-published author. I'm a personal brand expert because whatever you see and how I see it is the same way that I am in person. And I am a certified image consultant. I take women shopping. I help them to figure out what those wardrobes should look like and how they should put things together and how they can show up and they can really make a lasting impression. I'm that woman who wants to get on stages and get another opportunity while I'm on the stage. I have a message to share, as we all do. And my message is very clear. All right. We are slaying all the things. Okay, we killing it, dominating, we nailing all the things, even in the midst of adversity. I am a true component or a product, if you will, of someone who was able to serve for 30 years in the military. And I'm going to tell you, I don't share all the ins and outs and in betweens, but I don't look like what I've been through. And God gave me this vision, and I'm about to exploit it at all measures. And that's what we need to do because we all have stories. We've been through things. We have been able to get back up again and be able to dream bigger than we have before. Now it's time to take action and execute. That's what we're doing, okay? We're bringing it to light. So, how do we go from wearing someone else's pink to owning our own unique shade? You need direction, okay? We're going to dive into your stories, your strengths, your military experiences if you've been in the military, your civilian career, all the things to uncover the brand that is uniquely you, nobody else's. You won't find me trying to get into somebody else's brand. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. I use my own words. I know a lot of times I've heard this. People were using other people's words, and I was like, is that really you? Is that really you? If you are not in the health and wellness space, all right, or if you don't look the part of health and wellness, why are you trying to be the expert in the health and wellness? Listen, we on fire this morning. I was like, I cannot wait to share with y'all what is going on behind the scenes with me and how I am just like taking off into a whole nother atmosphere right now. So I'm like, okay, this is it. All right. We are now at the point where we know what we're doing and how we're doing it. I've been very clear. All right. But I'm telling you, we got to use our authenticity as our compass. We got to refine these narratives to communicate our value clearly and position ourselves as the confident leader in our field of industry, whatever that is. All right. And when we have a polished personal brand that we can create and these strategies to really elevate our visibility. Listen, I'm on LinkedIn every day. Now, I might not be in Facebook, okay, all the time, and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and all these other platforms. Where you're going to see me show up every day is in LinkedIn. Why? Because that's where I've been getting all my opportunities. So we got to polish up these profiles, y'all. All right. It is an opportunity. There are so many opportunities to develop and build your personal brand in that space, especially if you're a thought leader and you've been there and done that and got the t-shirt. All right. You got to make sure that we strategize and you go from LinkedIn and then get on stages, because when you can publicly speak on stages and share what you do, again, wherever you show up, you're going to own the room. Wherever you show up, you're going to own the room. So I picked my baddest suit that I got going on right now. I have two. I take that back. I have two power suits. Okay. Now, one of the power suits has got it's like Asian effect. It's got like a really deep fuchsia look to it. And it is, y'all, I love the suit. I've worn it a couple of times already. If you're following me, you've seen it. And then I wore this other suit to the Pink and White Summit. And I was like, it's satin, it's soft, it's light, it's, hey, and I knew for sure. And when I put on, I had another necklace and these earrings, it was a wrap. I already knew I'm stepping into a space where I am showing up not only for myself, but showing up for other women veterans and allowing them to see, let's make sure that we're showing up in our authentic way and letting folks know, okay, we are very comfortable of where we're at in our brand. So we're also making sure that we are bringing our brand to life with personal styling. All right. That complements our professional image. There has to be a match up to that. All right. You can't have all this knowledge and this expertise and all the things that you have been through and then come and fall up short when it comes to your personal styling. Let's bring it up to here so that way, or even up here. All right. We elevating our impact. We're elevating our presence, and knowing for sure that our wardrobe choices are going to enhance our confidence, our body language. It's going to exude leadership. We ensure our look and our feel are absolutely our best. And with this personal branding and styling, it's going to speak volumes about your authority. You'll attract the right opportunities, not just any old thing where people just bringing you in. Listen, I have been requested to go into places and space, and I'm like, that is not in alignment. I'm not doing that. That is not part of my brand. No, 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 no. I'm extra, extra. Okay. So if I'm not in a space where there are other people that are extra, extra, I don't want to have any part of it. Okay. You will know, because you can be in the wrong places and just be talking to the wrong people. All right. You're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. And I absolutely know that. But the right opportunities are aligned with my passion, with my purpose, and my expertise. So it's time to brand boldly, y'all, and own your own rooms, wearing your own pink, boldly branding yourself to walk into your purpose, whether it's through your personal stories or the way you present yourself. You don't need permission to shine. You don't need permission to shine. You've earned it. Okay? And so that's why I created my own blueprint, if you will. It's called I Slay. Okay, the Brand Boldly program has a framework that says I Slay. Okay, and we do these sessions together, and I have so many people right now who are like, I need to do this, and I'm like, yes, we do. We need to get you out into these streets. All right, write these books, make these platforms, get on stages, let folks know, hey, I'm doing something different. Get you out of some particular job or role or leadership position that has nothing to do with you, and get you to where you need to be, where you can absolutely know and feel like you are in your purpose. Now, I'm going to leave you one other thing, and then I'm going to come off of here. So one of my girlfriends, okay, and then we're actually accountability partners, Chevy, and she may or may not come on here because we all got things going on. And she shared with me this YouTube video about gut health. And I watched it. And do you know when you're not walking into your purpose that you have gut issues? And I said, yes, ma'am, because when I was in the military, I had a lot of stomach problems, y'all. I had a lot of stress. There was a lot of things. I had bloated. It was a whole crazy, thing for me. I was popping Pepto Bismol and Tums left and right. I couldn't figure out what it was. Well, towards the end, I started to realize that I was not walking into my fullest potential. I was not walking in my purpose. Do you know I have not had belly aches or anything since I retired from the military? And I've been retired for the past 4 years now. It is a thing. Okay. So this can affect our whole life. I'm helping people to transform and design a whole new life for them to live. And I am so honored and humbled that I get to, that I want to. Okay. So Leslie's got this. Pink represents a feminine brand. When you speak with confidence and attract women. That is why when you show up, women are dressed in pink. The women are listening and you are an inspiration. Oh, madam, it's just a lot, and you know that it's a lot, but I am truly, truly blessed to be here and be able to speak on this and to allow other women to see themselves be something completely different in their own unique way and doing it effortlessly, flawlessly. And no one gonna tell you different. It is time for this new generation of, if you will, of women who have been told, sit on the sideline, you've already had your day. No, 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 no. That's not happening for us anymore. So I thank you for those words, Queen and Madame. I am going to look back at them later on this evening and really take it in. So thank you all for being here with me this morning on the Rise and Slay Morning Show, where we talked about wearing your own pink and boldly branding yourself to walk into your purpose. And so I help you transform and own your personal brand. I am the CEO and founder of Slay to Success, and I help you to step confidently in your next chapter and brand boldly using the Brand Boldly program with the I Slay framework. Okay. And you're not only going to discover and how to build a memorable personal brand, but you're also going to transform your look with personalized styling, and that really reflects your unique power and your presence. All right. So if you have not seen the registration, if you will, for the Pivot and Prosper free, now I say free, masterclass, then I want you to go to www.slaytosuccess.com, and I want you to register, and it's on April 23rd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to be talking through some of the things that I've been talking through, but a little bit more in depth onto how you can start to brand yourself and do it with class, elegance, all right, and all the things. Good morning, Queen. How you doing? Thank you so much for being here with me live. And yes, thank you. Yes, I'm owning me. This is me, y'all. Okay. So I want to thank Leslie, Tish. We've got Rob, Marie, Maritza, At the Root, Tamara Brown, Tamara, Dr. T. That's what I call her. Dr. T. Thank you so much for being here with me this morning. Make sure that you share with anyone who needs this message, okay? Because I think more people want to brand themselves and they want to be a little bit more open, and they want to make sure that the perception of how they think is being in alignment with how other people think as well. Okay? So keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. And I will see you all next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a slay amazing week, y'all. Bye-bye.
Yeah.